Mr. Satya, how should I do question number 12?
So in 12A, we have to find like how much does it cost to hire a bicycle for 1 day. So then according to the graph, it hires $24 for 1 day.
Okay. What is the meaning of this graph, Mr. Satya?
So means I didn't understand. Like it explains.
Yes. Please explain what does this graph mean? Yeah. What does this graph mean?
So in this graph, like it is easier to find the values. So like now there's number of days. So if you even want to find number of 3 days, it is easy because now it's taking the line and then like the values are also here. So now for 3 days it takes $46. So like it makes the work easier.
Great. Sarthak, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
So what Mr. Satya is saying is, this graph makes the things easier because, say for example, you have number of days is equal to 6. So for number of 6 days, if you want to find the cost to hire a bicycle, you will go here, then you will go here, and this would give you the cost in dollars. Sarthak, are we clear? Sarthak, are we clear?
Your voice cracked a lot. Can you repeat?
Okay. So Satya, to find 1 day, I select 1 day, I go up, then I take a left. What would be the value?
So $24.
Is it 24? Mr.
Yes,
Araman,
sir,
what
it's very
do you see?
minute.
Mr. Araman, what do you see?
So I think it's 26.
Yeah, it seems to be more than, yeah, it seems to be 26. See, Satya, this is 1, 2, 3. This seems to be 26. I'm sorry, this seems to be 16.
Yeah, sir, it's 26. I missed one line.
अरे 26 नहीं है, ये 16 है.
So I thought you were talking about the.
So,
Oh, I'm sorry.
so but for the
Sorry. Yeah, correct. So 22, 24, 26. Yes. Mr. Araman, you are correct. Okay. So for 3 days, Mr. Sarthak, what would be the cost? Mr. Araman? Yeah, Sarthak. Yeah.
So for 3 days, it will be $46.
So for 3 days, so this should be. Mr. Araman, is it correct?
Yes, sir.
$46. Okay. How much extra is it per day to hire a bicycle, Mr. Satya?
$2.
Why $2?
So because if we go to look for 1 day, it takes 26. For 2 days, it takes 28. So it is increasing by $2 every day.
So you are saying for 1 day it is 26.
26, yeah.
For 2 days it is
28.
28. 38.
36.
36.
Yes.
For 3 days it is 46.
46.
So how much extra is it per day to
$10.
hire? $10. Sarthak, is it correct? Mr. Sarthak, is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Araman, there is a standard hire charge. before the amount per day is added on. How much is this charge?
I didn't understand the question.
Okay, Mr. Satya.
Sir, it would be 16.
It would be 16. Why it would be 16?
So because like if we have to look off from zero, so when we
Okay.
can't from 0 days, yeah, it's $16.
Arman, have you understood?
Okay, sir.
No, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
What have you understood?
So we look from the 0 day.
I'm sorry?
We look from the first, like the second, 0 day.
No, but what is the logic? Arman, have you ever taken a cab?
Yes, sir.
So do you know when you get into the cab, there is a minimum price that has to be paid?
Yes, sir.
What is the price?
22, I think.
I'm sorry,
I think 22.
Mr. Satya?
So
Mr. Satya.
24.
So ऐसा है यार, even if you just enter the cab and you get out, are you getting it? So for example, you get that cab from Xion. You ride that cab and you leave that cab once you reach the main road. Arman, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Or you don't, you just get from one door and just you leave from the other door. So this is the minimum bill that you need to pay. Mr. Sardak, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
So what they do is, what they say is ki rupees 24. For example, if you take a cab in Bombay, so 24 is the minimum amount. I think they charge you the first kilometer, they will charge you rupees 24. Now after that, for every new kilometer, they will charge you something. Let us say they charge you rupees 10. Mr. Ariman, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
So for example, now what this means is, let us assume that this is the cost. This means that if you travel 5 kilometers, that Mr. Ariman, how much you will need to pay?
So we'll have to pay. So we'll have to pay 64.
64. Mr. Satya, how much you need to pay? Mr. Sarthak,
So 74.
74. Mr. Ariman, can you explain?
So for the first kilometer, you have to pay 24. Then the next 4 kilometers, you pay 10 for each kilometer. So then 40 and then plus the 24. So you get 64.
Mr. Sarthak, are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Satya, are we clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is how it works. So in this case also, what they are saying is, there is a standard hire charge. Now that standard hire charge, Mr. Ariman, would be equal to
60.
60. So this is the standard charge. So the standard would be $16. And Mr. Ariman, what would be the daily charge?
10.
$10. Mr. Satya, are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, can you tell me what is the total cost to hire a bicycle for D days? Mr. Ariman?
So what does D days mean?
Okay, let's take an example. Let's make it simple. total cost for 5 days. Let us say we can't look at the graph. Let us not refer to the graph. Just use this information. Ariman, how will you find for 5 days?
So for the first day we'll have to take 16.
Shabash.
Then we'll add 10 daily.
Yeah.
For the 5 days.
Yeah.
So we'll get 50 plus 60 and that's 66.
Is it making sense?
Yes.
Mr. Satya, is it making sense?
Yes, sir.
Now, if we refer to the, let us refer to the graph. 5 days. Mr. Ariman is saying it is $66. Let us see what does the graph say. So for 5, this should be $66. Mr. Ariman, is it making sense?
Yes.
Mr. Sarthak, is it making sense?
Yes, sir.
So what I'm trying to tell you is that how did Ariman find for 5 days? What he did was he took the minimum standard charge, which was 16. Then what he did was he multiplied the number of days by the daily charge. Ariman, this is what you did.
Yes.
Satya, have you understood? Satya, have you understood? Mr. Sarthak, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Sarthak, if you want to find total cost for 6 days, how will you find it? Not referring to the graph.
So it will be 16 plus 6 into 10.
Ariman, is it correct?
Yes.
Is the graph also showing 76?
Yes.
Satya, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
So, Mr. Ariman, so for 5 days, what we do is 16 plus 5 into 10. For 6
Yes.
days, what we do is 16 plus 6 into 10. Is it correct?
Yeah.
So, Mr. Ariman, if we want to find it for D days, what is the formula that I will have?
16 plus D into 10.
Sarthak, is it making sense?
Yes, sir.
You can write this as 16 plus 10D. Satya, is it making sense?
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow we'll try to do 2 or 3 more questions like these. This is a good question, so that you can practice. Sarthak, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So this is a graph-based question. We'll try to do 2, 3 more questions like these. Tomorrow the class is at 4 p.m. Mr. Satya, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Ariman, is it okay?
Yes.
Great, sir.